So the leadership development program, we call it the BizTech program.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of morphing the worlds between business and technology within
Mm-hmm.
real estate. The purpose of the program is to really propel and 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 push forward young people's careers within multifamily. As you kind of alluded to, historically, the way that people get into property management is like they lease at an apartment. They're like, oh, this is interesting. I never knew that people actually worked at these things. Or my aunt works at this property and she could get me a job as a leasing consultant when I was 17 years old. And then 10 years later, I'm a property manager. So yeah, we have a different take. So the way that the program is structured is the requirements are you have to have a 4-year degree from a university. Typically, we try to focus heavily on regional universities within the markets in which we operate. So, for instance, UT, Texas A&M, Texas State, University of Houston, UTSA in Texas, and then for Florida, USF, UCF, UF, FSU, UNF, Miami, Miami-Dade.
Wow.
And so really forging those relationships with those universities in order to have a good pipeline of people coming through the door. And then, so the way that I kind of sell the program when I talk to recruits is, hey, this is a leadership development rotational program. We want you to jump into multifamily operations. It's critical. It's absolutely critical that anyone who really wants to elevate within this industry starts in operations. They have to understand the inputs that go into the daily job, right? If you ever want to be an acquisitions person or an asset manager or an owner, or even on the tech side like you, I would urge you guys to have a little something there. Or it sounds like you've done your due diligence in speaking with thousands of people, so you probably know pretty well what the scope is, but otherwise they may never have that experience. So I really sell them on learning operations first and foremost. So that's where everyone starts. Everyone starts in ops, and I usually say about a minimum of 6 months in operations as a leasing consultant. Each month we layer in learning projects and case studies to that. I host a monthly session with all the associates within the BizTech program to cover a topic. So this last month we covered Grit, the book, and it was a great conversation where I actually had the director of our central services team come in and lead that discussion. And it was a great opportunity to just, everyone took the grit scale, kind of learned about where their grit stood. And, I think if anyone in property management, they probably all tell you that whether or not they know what grit is defined as, they have it, because multifamily operations is tough.
It's a tough industry.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so it's a 2-year program. All associates start in operations and monthly assignments that are comprised of entrepreneurship, leadership principles, and multifamily real estate. So, 2 months ago, I did a real estate finance case study where everyone would present on the case study. A few months prior to that, we did Wooden's book on leadership. And so it's a really well-rounded method to promote learning on a personal level while also gaining that invaluable experience in multifamily operations.